Have you ever wanted to mess with someone's game in their Unity game? Have you ever wanted to change someone's frame rate in their Unity game? If so, then this video is for you. Hopefully. So if you remember from the other video that I made about the look at sort of script thing, this is the same scene view that we have. Now to change the frame rate of your game, it's a little, I would say it's a little complicated, but it's also kind of simple in a way, but to understand it is a little complicated. So what I have so far for this scene, let's go ahead and do play for now. And of course, from the look at video that I made previously, if I press R, then we're going to look at the two objects, of course, but because of the little tiny additions in the script, there's something that's going to be happening just a moment. So let's just press R. So yeah, the frame rate is very slow. In fact, actually, you know what? I tested this out very recently, and it was not like this. It was a little faster and not slow like this. So that's a little interesting. So what exactly is making this script, or what is making the frame rate do this exactly? So let's go ahead and go over to my game object, and I've got the look at animation which we looked at the last time. So let's open up this script. And because I'm pressing R to look at the two objects, I've added two things, and that is the quality settings dot vsync count equals 3 and application.target frame rate equals 2, and I've also got the same thing down here, so vsync count equals 3, actually that's the same thing, and target frame rate equals 4 and target frame rate equals 6 down here. So every single time like something happens in the scene, as we saw, these things will change. So what does this mean exactly? First of all, let's go back to the project, and let's go over to Edit and Project Settings, and inside of the Quality tab, we've got these sort of quality settings, but let's not focus on that. Let's now scroll down until we see the vsync count, and at the moment it's on every V blank. We've also got every second V blank and don't sync. Now this is where the confusing part happens. Because we are using the quality settings to change the vsync counts to either 3, well, because I've got the number 3 here, it's either you can put in 1, 2 or 3, and apparently even 4 as well. So I'm not entirely sure why you can put 4 when in the quality settings you've got only 3 options. And when I looked up on the internet, apparently there are 3 options, because if you choose, say, vsync count number 4 and let's say a target frame rate of 60, 60 FPS, your target frame rate will be divided by the vsync count, as in it will be divided by 4. So what is 60 divided by 4? Well, 60 divided by 2 is 30, so then divided by 4 would be 15. Well, sorry, divided by 2 is 30, divided by 2 again is 15, so that'll be divided by 4 in total. So the fact that if you do vsync count 3, that obviously you would be divided by 3, and then vsync count 2 you'd be divided by 2. So it's a little confusing, and I don't quite know why it's that way, but the reason why I've got vsync count number 3 is because if I put the vsync count to, say, you know what, I'm going to show you something. So I've just changed the vsync counts to 1 on every single one of them, and let's just now play the scene. So now let's go ahead and do the animation once again. Okay. That's interesting. Wait, okay. You know what? I'm actually gonna show you something. So, let's now, uh, build the game, like package up the game to, play it properly rather than playing it in the scene view. So now we are inside of the packaged or built up game that I just did. So now if I press R, yeah. So even though we've got the vsync count to number 1, it will not do the whole like target frame rate thing. But if I change the code back to vsync count number 3 on both of the target frame rates and repackage the game, let's see what happens. So just to re-clarify, I have re-changed the quality settings VSync account back to 3 because, it was on 1 previously, so I've done it to both of them. So now let's just repackage the game. And now we are back inside of the packaged game, so now let's just press R. So yeah, the VSync count is 3 and the target frame rate is, slowed down and stuff, and it's back to normal now. So the one thing that I'm curious about is why, when we were in the actual scene view and playing it from there, why the target frame rate was, like, say, on 2, and it actually acted like it was on 2, but when I package up the game, it's just completely normal. It's very interesting why that happens, but that's how you mess up your game in Unity. Now, I wish it was just as simple as changing your target frame rate, but unfortunately, because VSync has its place in a lot of games, what VSync does is it forces your game to be in 60 frames per second. So, or it forces your game to be in the highest possible frame rate your computer can, I guess, handle. So, if it can handle 60 frames per second, then it will force that. If it can only handle 30 frames, it will force that. And if it can handle 120 frames, it will probably force that too. But just know that you're gonna need the vsync count, and if you want to mess up your game even more, then just have it on 3. I mean, you could have it on 2, but I've tried it on 2 and it does the same thing as 1. So again, well, then again, actually, I haven't even tried 4, so let's just try 4. Alright, so here we are, so let's go ahead and do it. Oh, so it is a little slower. Interesting. So maybe the level of the VSync count does count towards the target frame rate. Again, like, as long as you don't use 2 or 1 and you use 3 and 4, I guess you're good with messing up your target frame rate in Unity, because, like, as I've tested out numerous times, 2 and 1 are your sort of good area for frame rate and making sure that your frame rate is higher, not lower. But yeah, everyone, that's going to be it of the tutorial. Hope this helped you out in your conquest to mess up people's games for whatever reason. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this, and I shall see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.